Some of you may have heard the latest argument in Washington, the fight over last year's budget. Keep in mind, we're not arguing about this year's budget, we're arguing about last year's budget. It makes it tough to win the future when you haven't passed the budget from last year. So I asked Congress to send me a budget that makes some serious spending cuts, but still invests in things like clean energy, still invests in research, still invests in infrastructure, still invests in education. Investments that are critical for us to be able to compete with any country in the world. That's what I asked for. I asked for it several months ago. Now, after weeks of negotiations, we've now agreed to cut as much spending as the Republicans in Congress originally asked for. I've got some Democrats mad at me, but I said, you know what? Let's get past last year's budget. Let's focus on the future. So we've agreed to a compromise, but somehow we still don't have a deal, because some folks are trying to inject politics in what should be a simple debate about how to pay our bills. I mean, there's stuff in all kinds of issues in there, abortion and the environment and health care. You know, there are times to have those discussions, but that time's not now. Right now we need to just make sure that we pay our bills and that the government stays open. And if we don't reach common ground by Saturday, the federal government shuts down. And some of you may not be that sympathetic. You may say, well, you know, let it shut down. What do I care? But here's the thing. When government shuts down, it means that that small business owner who's waiting to get a loan, suddenly nobody's there to process it. He may not get that loan, and that business may not open. And whoever he was planning to hire, suddenly he may not have that job that he was counting on. It may turn out that somebody who was trying to get a mortgage can't have their paperwork processed by the FHA, and now the person who was going to sell the house, what they were counting on, they can't get it. Folks who were planning a vacation to Yellowstone, well, it turns out national parks, suddenly you're closed, you're out of luck. You may have to try to figure out if you can get your money back for that resort you were going to stay at. I mean, you know, these are things that affect ordinary families day in, day out, and it affects our economy right at the time when our economy is getting momentum. We had the best jobs report we had had in a very long time this past Friday. But you know what? Companies don't like uncertainty, and if they start seeing that suddenly we may have a shutdown of our government, that could halt momentum right when we need to build it up, all because of politics. I do not want to see Washington politics stand in the way of America's progress. At a time when you're struggling to pay your bills and meet your responsibilities, the least we can do is meet our responsibilities to produce a budget. That's not too much to ask for. That's what the American people expect of us. That's what they deserve. You want everybody to act like adults, quit playing games, realize that it's not just my way or the highway. How many folks are married here? When was the last time you just got your way? That's not how it works, right? He lifted his wife's hand up. You know, no. I mean, the fact is that you have to make compromises as a family. That's what we are, the American family. So Democrats and Republicans need to get together, work through their differences, keep the government running so we can focus on keeping this economy growing, focus on things like clean energy, drive and get down gas prices. That's our job. That's what people want to see, results. You deserve no less than that.